What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk about my journey as a Star Wars fan in just the last few months and a few years prior. So, as you know, this channel has really taken off in the last few months, and because of that, I have become a topic of discussion in several different places, and that's totally fine. I'm a big boy. I can take it. Whatever you want to throw my way, it's all good. Really, it comes down to how you approach me. If you approach me in a way where you want to have a discussion, and if you want to have a constructive criticism towards me, I'm all ears. I can take it, I can listen to it, and I can have a discussion with you. But if you just want to talk noise, whatever, doesn't matter to me. So, this channel, at the first of the year, I own geeksandgamers.com, and I was more focused on our Facebook groups than anything for the past several years. And the first of the year, I decided I was going to take this YouTube channel over, and I did, and I made a decision that I was going to be completely honest and completely blunt, because I spent the last several years pandering to everyone, trying to make everyone happy as the leader of a pretty big community on Facebook. And I was really happy with our following, but the more I tried to make everyone happy, the more I realized that it is not the way to go. And I've always been a real blunt and honest person, and I've always been really confrontational, and I don't really back down from things. But once I created this 15 to 18,000 person group on Facebook, I was trying to make everyone happy. And when you try to make everyone happy, you make no one happy. So, let's back up a few years to when Disney bought Lucasfilm. So, Disney bought Lucasfilm. I was extremely excited about it because, as I've said many times, I'm a big Disney fan. And so, I was happy about that. I was happy when J.J. Abrams was announced as the director. And leading into that film, being in this big Facebook group that we had, I was consistently accused of being a blind Star Wars fanboy. A Star Wars fanboy that just could not see the flaws in the universe. And it didn't matter what happened. Jeremy would always love it because it has Star Wars on it. He will never be critical. Never, ever, ever. And of course, we go into The Force Awakens. I loved The Force Awakens. I saw it several times in theaters. I bought all the toys from it. I was over the moon excited for Star Wars. Of course, that didn't do anything but help the narrative that I'm a blind Star Wars fanboy, and I'm fine with that. Whatever. Think what you want. So then we go into Rogue One. The day Rogue One came out, I was working for a delivery company, making pretty good money, and they could not guarantee me I was going to be off in time for Rogue One, and so I quit my job, because I wanted to see Rogue One on opening night, and nothing's going to get in my way. And I've heard a lot of people say, oh, that's such a dumb thing to do. I had a better job 3 days later. I know what I'm doing. Not a big deal. I don't let any of these corporations control anything about me. I played that retail nonsense way too long and worked under the man for far too long, and it will never, ever dictate my life again. F that. So, saw Rogue One. I didn't love Rogue One. I liked it, but I had problems with it. And those problems got worse the more I thought about it. But the fandom loved it for the most part. For the most part. I'm not saying everyone did. But generally speaking, the fandom was happy with Rogue One. So I didn't say anything about it. I was like, cool, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys like it. It's not my favorite movie by any means. It's not a bad Star Wars movie. I just didn't like it that much. It was fine. Because clearly I'm just a blind Star Wars fanboy. And then we come into The Last Jedi, and I'm on record multiple times saying how hyped I was for The Last Jedi, and how at first I really got fooled and thought that I liked it because I had my blind Star Wars fanboy hat on. But the more I started thinking about the movie, the more I was really like, man, hang on, I'm not excited for Episode 9 now. When I walked out of The Force Awakens, I was incredibly hyped for Episode 8. I could not wait to get to that movie, and here we are now after Episode 8. I do not care about Episode 9. Why is that? And I had to really dissect my feelings for it, and ultimately came to where you see me today as someone that's very, very vocal about my disdain for The Last Jedi. because of that, because of the following we've gained, suddenly I've become the face of... Ahsoka's not going off, so... I've become the face of this I hate Star Wars movement. I'm a long-time prequel defender. Obviously, I love the original trilogy. I mean, I've always defended the prequels, and I always will. And if you don't like that, we can have words. But I love the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars is probably my favorite thing ever in Star Wars. I really enjoyed Rebels. You can see some of my reviews on that on Rebels. And obviously, I love The Force Awakens. And I love Battlefront 2015, Battlefront 2017, two of the most hated things in Star Wars. But because I don't like The Last Jedi, and I'm not scared to call Disney out, and I'm not scared to call Kathleen Kennedy out on her nonsense and her agenda-driven stuff, all of a sudden, I'm going to be painted as a Star Wars hater. And all I'll say to all of the accusations and all of the YouTube channels that want to try and paint me in a certain way or whatever, keep effing doing it. Please continue doing it, because you literally are doing nothing but help me. Because all that's going to happen is you're going to tell your audience that I'm the big bad wolf. And then your audience, who didn't know me before, they are only going to watch my stuff, and then some of them are going to continue to hate me as you have told them to do, and some of them are actually going to look at things objectively and go, hey, I actually like what this guy's saying. I like this. I like that. Okay, I don't like this, but at least he's being honest. So continue to say things about me. I'm completely okay with that. I have my email listed on this channel. If you want to talk to me, then you can send me a friendly message, and you can say, hey, I really have some issues with what you said here and here and here, and let's talk about it. But if you want to put me on blast on a channel, then go for it. I mean, trust me, I will remember these things, and I already remember these things. There has been some really cool Star Wars channels that have privately reached out to me and been incredibly nice. I'm only going to mention two of them right now. And Star Wars Theory has been incredible. Star Wars Theory reached out to me long before a lot of this nonsense was going on. And he has been incredible to me. And he is teaching me some things. And he is just about becoming a bigger YouTuber. And I can't speak highly enough about him. So my hat's off to you, sir. It means a lot. And we talk frequently. And it means a lot to me. And the Scoundrels Cantina, they have been very nice and very gracious by reaching out to me. And it's funny because some of the Star Wars channels that I have been a fan of and never publicly spoken negatively about, I'm continuing to get flack by hearing little things that are being said about me or whatever, or Geeks and Gamers in general. And I think that's so funny because I'm like, man, I've been a fan of this person for so long. And they're killing me, and their little trolls continue to show up in my comments. I think it's flattering, but it's also a lesson learned, because I don't forget and I won't forget. And I think you're doing, these people that want to try and paint me in a certain light, I think they're doing far more damage to their own brand than they're doing to mine. Because the thing about me, I don't try to fake anything. I'm not here to try to make you think I'm something I'm not. At the end of the day, I am not a perfect person, and I've made plenty of mistakes, and I'll make more mistakes in the future. I have a terrible mouth. I make highly offensive jokes to my friends all the time. If me and my friends aren't making offensive jokes to one another, we're not friends. That's just how it goes. I do watch porn. I watch porn all the time. If that makes me a horrible human being, so be it. I'm not a whammon respecter. I'm not trying to make everyone believe that I'm just some great human being. I do make mistakes. I say a lot in my videos. I don't try to add jump cuts to them. I'm simply trying to give it to you straight, and you can make up your own mind as to what you think. But I am extremely happy with where Geeks and Gamers is right now. I am not happy with where Star Wars is at right now, and I will continue to speak my mind. If I like Solo a Star Wars story, I'll tell you I like it. If I don't, I'll tell you I don't like it. If I start to get excited for Episode 9, I'll let you know. And if I don't, I won't. But at the end of the day, all you can ask for, I believe all you can ask for out of a YouTube channel and out of a person on a YouTube channel is for honesty. Because Nobody is ever going to agree with anybody else 100% of the time. It literally will never happen. So there's no point in me trying to make anybody happy. I've been down that road in the past with the Geeks and Gamers community, and I'm never going back down it again. I'm going back to my true self. I'm just being honest, being straightforward, and damn if it's not leading us to great things right now, and I will continue to move forward. So do not think that I'm always going to say what you want, because I guarantee it will not happen. Eventually, if Star Wars continues to go in the same direction it's going, I will jump ship. I will, because I did it with the WWE. And I've been a lifelong wrestling fan, all the way back to the WWF days, all the way back to the mid-'80s with Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, back over to the WCW, NWA, Sting, Ric Flair, lifelong wrestling fan. Back around 2012, I think, maybe it was 2013. I can't remember my years at the moment. I was really into wrestling. I had problems with it, but they were still doing some great things. I was at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans when Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and The Rock opened the show, and Daniel Bryan won the belt. It was an amazing night. The night Undertaker lost his streak, I was there, and I was literally shedding tears at emotion because it was incredible. But not long after that, I finally realized WWE is not for me anymore, and I moved on from it. And I'll do the same for Star Wars if I have to, but I care enough about Star Wars to at least try, and I feel like I have a platform here, so I'm going to continue to speak on it. And maybe it'll help, maybe it won't, but at the end of the day, at least I'm trying. So I appreciate all of the support. I appreciate everyone asking me all of these questions about what I think about the response to me and this channel and the things I'm saying and doing, and I just say I love all the response. The positive, the negative, the blanket statements, the ignorant statements, the positive statements. It's all good. It's all going to happen. You're not going to please everybody, so don't try don't try it. Just be yourself, be honest, and at the end of the day, that's what makes me happy. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.